Welcome to part 10 of Mama Fratelli's Jeep rebuild. We started with a seriously rough 1984 Jeep Cherokee XJ and have been bringing it back to life, transforming it into a screen-accurate replica of Mama Fratelli's infamous getaway ORV. Yep, including bullet holes the size of matzo balls. We've got a lot of material in this episode, starting with the rear hatch. We need to transfer most of the original parts from the old hatch over to the new one. So I've gone through the wiring, and in Mama Fratelli's ORV, there are no rear defroster strips, so I've actually pulled the defroster wiring. It isn't easy to pull the wire through this piece which attaches the trunk to the body, so the fewer wires we have, the easier it will be to accomplish this. So I'm going to rewire some of this. These little bump stops right here that are factory, they screw into this right here, which I guess is a rivet nut. I went out and got a rivet gun kit. However, the metric 4, which this is right here, are supposed to go right here. However, this hole right here is too big. It's complications like this that make this project extremely interesting. I think I'm going to take some JB Weld and weld this into place, and then I'll screw this in. I think that's what I'm going to do. I am stripping the old hatch of everything, the wiper motor, the lights. We're getting it prepared so that we can take it out for target practice. This is going to be so much fun. I will probably save the badges here for patrons if they want them. I don't know. I'm even thinking about splashing some black paint on this too, just to make it more Goonies authentic. We are fully stripped, and the first coat of primer only on the section that I'm going to shoot. I don't want to waste a whole lot of paint on this. The shot from the movie, not including the tail light, is about like that right there where they fire the bullets, and I've gone and marked them all. And then also there's supposed to be one up here. We're going to shoot that. We're going to shoot that. It's going to be fun. And there's the still frame from the video. This is the silencing and the thermal protection for the tailgate. The instructions for this stuff, or at least from what I've heard, is that you don't have to coat the entire area. However, if you're supposed to stop noise and vibration, then I'm going to coat the noise, like this dog, and vibration, then I'm pretty much going to cover the whole thing. All right, so I got it up there. See how this is nice and smooth over here? You have to use the roller, and you have to roll all the dimples out so that you know that you've got good adhesion in the back. But this right here is going to also keep the stereo speaker noise in, because the stereo speakers go here, and it's going to keep some of the road noise out, and it's going to keep some of the cool air in and the hot air out, and vice versa. This is the old hatch, and we've already target practiced with it. Now it's time to get rid of it. And in case you guys are wondering, it's like, whoa, couldn't you reuse it? Well, it's all busted up and it's cracked and everything, so unfortunately, no. Phoenix is going to get some gloves on. I'm going to cut it, and then he's going to take the pieces and put them in the trash. The video of us using different guns and methods for creating the bullet holes has been edited and is online. As long as I remember, I'll put the link here in the video. If I forget, just check out the channel, and while you're there, we'd love it if you would subscribe and share it. Let's do some fun stuff. I've got a little bit of wiring to contend with here. All stuff. I have been able to go and wrap all this stuff up nice and neat. However, oh, and the speakers are installed too on the back. I got the insulation stuff all taken care of. I have to continue the wires from here, bring them through here, and connect them up here on this other side. I need to make some quick disconnects in there so that it's easy to take the whole thing off. So the stereo wires are fed through this wiring harness that goes up through here, and then this right here is the one that will eventually connect here and go through here and connect to all this stuff. So obviously the stereo speakers are not connected yet. However, look at this. Stereo positive, negative, switched positive, and the backlighting, which the stereo doesn't have on it. The backlight is connected too. So I've got some of that stuff going on with all the hacked wiring that was in here. I rewired the rear hatch and used connectors so that it could be easily disconnected if the hatch needed to be removed for any reason. I finished wiring the rear hatch wiring, including the speakers, so of course, you know the first song that we played, right? We got some tunes, and the very first song that it played was the Goonies. Look at this, guys. Very quickly, turn the lights on, turn the wiper on, and this is on pause. Speakers are done, wiring is done, the light works for the license plate. The motor for the wipers works. We are 100% done with the wiring for the hatch, and everything is tucked up nice out of the way inside the frame there. Everything is done down here. It's done. The hatch wiring, the speakers in the back, they're done. I'm so excited. And I'm also excited for dinner, so we're gonna go and we're gonna eat because, you know, I'm hungry. Flash forward, or if you're watching after June 7th, 2025, flash back. It's 1 month until Astoria, and Anne's exterior is almost ready. We would love to have the sunroof done in time for the 40th anniversary, but right now, it is not in the budget. If you'd like to help, you can send a quick donation via CashApp at mamafratelli's Jeep, or check out cool and not so cool perks at www.patreon.com/mamafratelli's Jeep. Every bit helps. Thank you so very much. I just installed the rear license plate light. I had to cut a new gasket for it. I had to touch up all the paint on it, but it's in there and it's done. Don't mind the big crow turd on the back. We're going to take out the wiper fluid reservoir and we are going to clean it up and put some fresh stuff in it and see if we oh, that's so gross. See if we can rejuvenate it. Ew, gross. That's disgusting. Alright, so I'm going to come back here and disconnect this piece. So now that I've undone this right here, I can take some of my handy dandy carburetor cleaner and squirt it inside the hose. Then put this inside there. Oh, I just heard it go boom. Ew, gross. That's all the stuff that came out of this line. That's disgusting. Come over here and hit the wiper washer once again. Oh, look at that. It works. It's working. The next project that I want to tackle are the fenders. Just about every replaceable piece of sheet metal on this vehicle has been dented. Rather than pay additional at the body shop to have them fix it, I'm just going to replace them. I first removed the fender flare hardware, then the fender flares. To note, just about every bolt broke when removing the hardware. I disconnected the header from the fender and removed the fender. Yeet. Alright, so now that I've got both of them here, I'm comparing the two panels together. This one right here is pretty much a 90-degree bend. This one here is not. This has two studs right here. This does not. This piece right here needs to be transferred over to this one with holes 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Stud removal. After the studs were removed and we drilled the holes, I reinstalled the fender. Now that the driver's side was done, it was time to move on to the passenger side. I removed the Cherokee badge, the lower trim to make it easier to access the bolts, the fender flare hardware and flare. So I've got the old one off, I've got the new one, kind of just making sure everything is the same, comparing the two. I'm still working on fenders and I'm actually dealing with antennas right now. That's why this isn't back on yet. You can't really see it too much, but it's on there. It's not tightened down yet, it's just like on there. I haven't aligned anything. Here's the old one right here with all the dented in stuff there and the rust happening on the bottom section there and rust happening there. And this right here, whatever they tried doing with the antenna hole. I have no idea what the old owners did to this thing. I just know that they hashed and thrashed and beat this thing. But we're making her better. We're getting her done. One piece at a time. Johnny Cash. I began researching what type of antenna I needed. I found something that I hadn't noticed before. There's no antenna on Mama's ORV. Instead, the hole has been blocked off. All right, making a quick stop here at Martiniano's to drop off the fender. All right, when we get it back, this hole will be gone. Woot woot. He said a week, maybe 2. No big rush, and they're really slammed right now, so it's just a fender. He's just going to basically cover that hole up, make it non-existent, and prime it, and we'll be good to go. This right here is the antenna. We still want to have an antenna because we still want to have a stereo. So I want to take this antenna, and it's not going to be the optimum mounting, but we're still going to bring it in here, and we're just going to have the antenna go right in there inside the Fender. And again, I know it's not the best, but we're going to be playing MP3 sound and the Goonies music anyway, so it's not like we really need a stereo. So I have split this right here. It's going to go in here, and then we are going to solder it inside. So the antenna I'm going to affix here with just nylon wire ties. Always remember, put your heat shrink tubing on first before you go and you solder your connections. This is marine grade heat shrink tubing, which means that there's a sealant in there also, so water will never ever get into this connection right here. The reason why I had to do this is because the antenna that came from the front originally, I had to take it off, and there was like, it was crimped. It had a crimped connection, not the regular plug-in connections. So anyway, we're good. So antenna's connected here. It's connected all the way up the stereo. It is connected outside here, so now we just have to do what I just got through saying and stabilize this piece right here. Look at this. Can't even tell. Look how good a job that is. There used to be an antenna hole there. Totally, completely taken care of. Today is one of the nicest days this week. We're coming out of winter right now. We're in spring, and it's time to get back to this. We took a bunch of time off. It's kind of personal. We took time off for a bunch of different things. And now we are going to hit this, hopefully, hard and heavy with more videos coming your way. What I'm wanting to do today is to change out all of the fender flares. Granted, when this goes down for paint, they're going to have to come back off. But you have to make sure that everything fits before you get to that point. So I'm wanting to take all these off. We have brand new ones we're putting on. The less work that the body shop has to do, the more money I don't have to pay them. The front ones have been taken off before, and the metal bracing that goes back behind them it's been twisted and broken, so I don't know exactly which pieces are supposed to fit where. However, the rear ones are unadulterated at this point in time, so I figured that I'll start with the rear, and I can just take them off, put them on like for like piece, be able to match everything up, and that'll give me a little bit of relevance and a little bit of learning as I go and take a look at and fix the front one. So I want to stop talking. I want to start working. We got a lot of work to do. Okay, so this piece goes up front. One of the disadvantages to getting your parts and then later trying to install them is that if they don't match up for whatever reason, you're stuck with them. And these don't match up. These were for an 84, and the front ones work. The back ones do not. They simply do not match up at all. So right there's the hole for that one. Right there's the hole for that one. This brand new piece, which I've matched up with this one right here. Here, make it go in the correct direction there. This one here fits right into the old one. This does not fit into the new one. So it looks like today I'm going to be doing a little bit more than what I thought. Apparently I want to be stripping this one down and sanding it out. There's nothing really wrong with this. I just wanted to make it as easy as possible, and they all came in a set. I have attached all the brand new metal to the back. So now we're going to install this and call it good. I'll have them. I know I just got through saying that it's less that I have to pay the body shop, but we're also on a pretty hefty time constraint. We have to have this ready for Goonies Day, June 7th, 2025, 40th anniversary in Astoria. We have about a year and a half to go. Well, a little over a year and a half to go, but that's not that much time. I'm starting on the fronts, and I've already taken these off and on with the replacement of the fender, and it wasn't until I did the backs that I realized that the inner piece right here is missing. So, you know, that's fun. So I'm gonna have to find one of those. Probably grab that at a wrecking yard.
I finished the left front. However, aftermarket pieces don't always fit as well as the originals. For the right front, I had to trim some of the metal clamps in order to make them fit properly. With the completion of the fender flares, we now transition to the transmission.
Today, here it is. It's my mission. It's my mission to take out the transmission.
When you become a Patreon like Josh Bryant, you become a part of this project and help the progress while getting cool benefits. Progress pictures monthly, Mama's Cracker keychain, early access to the YouTube videos, and so much more. The address is patreon.com/mamafratelli's Jeep.
Number one, disconnect the battery. Speedometer cable. Remove the rear drive line. All right. Starter connections. Starter. Bottom bell housing bolts. Inspection cover. Transmission mount bolts. Disconnected the transfer case linkage. Start to remove the stick shift. Vacuum modulator connection. Four-wheel drive.
Reverse light switch connector.
Removal of the slave cylinder. Removing the vent from the transfer case. Right. Front drive line. Support the transmission. Mark for reinstallation. Support the tail shaft.
Transmission and exhaust stabilizer mounts.
That comes down. Re-support the transmission with a custom-made transmission brace. From here on in, I'm not going to film a whole lot because a lot of it has to do with safety, and I don't want to get squished. I've got the transfer case supported along with the transmission. So transmission transfer case assembly is supported. I have several bolts that I need to take off. I've already taken off this one and this one. I've got two at the very top on each side that I need to take care of. So I'm going to use a impact here. I'll put this up there, and get her done. So the transmission is out. If we take a look at the center of the transmission, we can actually see that it looks like probably the front bearing in it is what went out and what's making noise, because the front seal's gone also, and it's just slinging fluid everywhere. So that means that our next endeavor will be to pull the pressure plate, the clutch disc, and the flywheel. If we had enough money, which we do not, I would really love to have had the transfer case rebuilt too, but transmission, we're just sticking with the basics for now. Now that the transmission's out, I'll be able to clean everything underneath here and do what I've done to the aft section of the vehicle, gotten everything nice and clean and painted up. I will do that to everything that's up here now. We have to take the transfer case off from the transmission. That occurs right here. Finally, I have the transfer case and the transmission unmated. We are about ready to take Ann's transmission right there through their dirty window there. We're gonna take Ann's transmission down to the transmission shop. All the formalities have been taken care of. We are officially dropping it off right now. Back it up here. Look at that. They're nice and clean.
Yeah. Right on.
Awesome. All right. And it's kind of neat. The transmission's being taken care of. Just a block from where Ann's roof was replaced, right here in Martiniano's. So, wow, that'd be great. Maybe I should do that. Not a Kickstarter. Maybe I should do a GoFundMe. I've been taking a look at that because I want to get this done. It has to get done. I don't have a whole lot of time. The biggest part is the body, the outside, the aesthetics. The sunroof will not, I don't have time or money for that. The interior won't be done. There's no way. But the exterior, that's what we're looking at. It needs to be, the exterior needs to be done. And we have all the, we almost have all the parts to do it. Oh man, so exciting.
Please follow us on our other social medias. Patreon for cool perks, our Facebook group which has the most up-to-date build and progress postings, our Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for following our Goonie adventure. We'll see you in the next video.